It's honestly the closest thing I've read to Hemingway in a modern novel. Hello, welcome to Sound and Fury Book Reviews. As usual, I am Tina. Today I am doing a single book review of Immortal North by Tom Stewart. This is a fiction novel from 2021 from Lucky Dollar Media. So I received this book from the author in exchange for a fair review, so thank you very much. I was blown away by this book. So it's a novel that is as heartbreaking as it is immersive. It's this visceral, raw novel that will sit with you for a very long time. I love survivalism stories, and I love novels about northern Canada. If you're not aware, the north is filled with immense trees, thick foliage, lakes, harsh weather, and numerous wildlife. The show Alone, which I also love, is very comparable, as this novel also features people living on their own, off the grid, hunting, foraging, and in this case, farming a little bit as well. So what is this particular novel about? He's known as the Trapper, and his family has a long history in these isolated woods. Now it's just him and the boy, and he'll raise him in the world he knows, the forest, where threats take recognizable forms. Harsh weather, peak predators, the encroachment of civilization at odds with their lifestyle. But for those lands and mines with an unsettled past, other dangers may lurk in the woods where father and son hunt the timber. One fateful day, their woodland life is violently broken. Shouldn't those guilty of such injustice be held to account? Though at times gritty and even violent, there is a raw grace in these pages like veins of gold running through black quartz. This book is achingly beautiful. I will go so far as to compare it to Hemingway and Cormac McCarthy, not just in a highly descriptive style that both keeps you at a distance and brings you deep into the characters' psyches, but the harshness of the situation that the trapper and his son are in. While it's not a book that's gory, or I would even say it's that violent, it's a book fraught with tension from the opening lines. You read the entire thing with your heart in your throat. Even though you can kind of guess what's going to happen, it doesn't make it any less of a shock. In fact, the ominous tone of the novel is so pervasive, the tension is as tight as a bowstring. That was a hunting joke. So I rarely cry in novels. I cried twice in this novel. Not just like I had like tears running down my cheeks for like a few minutes. I was like, oh my God. It's such a raw novel that forces you to feel the emotions of the characters very keenly. It just gets into your head. The style of writing is just so immersive. It also has so much detail into surviving off the grid. The trapper and the boy, they don't have names, which reminded me a lot of The Road. It also shares the same kind of bleakness of tone. Spend the first 3/4 of the novel just like living in the wilderness. We're just kind of witness to kind of their lifestyle and how they go about things. This is interspersed with memories the trapper has of his deceased wife and of his experiences growing up. As such, it falls into a semi-stream of consciousness now while also remaining firmly rooted in the wilderness. You intimately understand what their life is like, both the challenges and the rewards. There's lots of descriptions of hunting and animals being field dressed, so if you don't like that kind of thing, I don't recommend you read this. There's also some arguments about the positive aspects of ethical hunting, which I am totally on board with. It also breaches the topic of toxic masculinity in hunting, which I thought was excellent. I don't want to say too much more about the book itself because it's such a fascinating, well-written, amazing story. If I gave stars on this channel, I would give it 5 out of 5 stars. It pretty much blew me away. It's just so deep. It's honestly the closest thing I've read to Hemingway in a modern novel. I absolutely loved it. It's an amazing piece of literature, and I can't thank the publisher author enough for the gratis copy. And that ending, oh my God. I highly recommend it to anyone who has an interest in survivalism, stories of isolation, likes to have their heart shattered into a billion pieces, and those who have love in their heart for the North. I would love to go and live in the wilderness for a few days, but as you know from other reviews, I have a deep problem with spiders. I'm fine with other bugs. I mean, I don't like bugs buzzing around me, but I'm not like spiders just like, ugh, give me the heebie-jeebies. Yes, I am a 90-year-old woman. Anyway, yeah, so totally check this book out if you can get a copy. It is fantastic. Here it is again.